Nah, shh, I got something to tell you. This is Ace Chris from the No Simping Zone where we do no simping, and I'll let your chimpanzees and your manginas know if these girls are certified or if they are scammers. And what we're gonna be touching on today is something a little different. I'm just doing an analysis right now um, on Alvajays' husband. When I did the initial when I did the initial OnlyFans review and commercial, like I wasn't doing I wasn't doing a lot of research on the girls. I was just kind of doing the reviews and just kind of giving y'all my opinion of it. But now I'm going in depth, showing y'all different pieces of different things. And when I made the review, I did a lot of guesswork, which I'm surprised myself, which I'm pretty impressed with myself. I got a lot of it accurate. I wasn't even trying to get it accurate, but I just seen what had happened to her account and just made guesses based off of that. But I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna get into his review, just get into little pieces. I mean, we could run through the whole thing. It really doesn't matter to me. We could run through the whole thing. Um, I just feel sorry for dude. Like that's just me. Like that's just my opinion. I just feel sorry. I'm gonna take some pieces from this, and then I'm gonna take some pieces from Alva and her and what she's saying, and just break it down. But let's go ahead and listen to him. Let's get into it.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to podcast episode 4. So, Elmer cannot be here today because he has some personal family issues to deal with. He unfortunately lost a member of his family, and he's dealing with that. So, my condolences to him and his family, and I hope everything turns out okay for them. And yeah, so this week's episode is gonna be, since I'm alone, I might as well talk about the elephant in the room, right? It's gonna be about religion, relationship, and life. So, yeah, let's get into it. At the moment, in this present time, me and Alva are split up. A lot of people follow Alva. A lot of people know who Alva is, and some people know who I am. Which I was with her for 10 plus years. It's been a while.
Now, 10 years. 10 años. 10 years. It's a long time to be with somebody. I commend this dude for being able to get on camera and talk about his relationship and what happened with them. But I think a lot of what happened to them is because of the fact that he was beta and he was too beta. Because if I've got an OnlyFans with my girl and she wants to go and do anything outside of me, we're done. I'm not I'm not getting into anything else. But I'm gonna let him speak from his point of view. I don't want the video to be like because he's gonna talk for 17 minutes and I'm gonna break it down. I don't want the video to be 50 minutes, but I'm gonna break it down and break apart some of his mistakes. I'm not gonna get into his life and church and all of that. Some of that from the video that I saw, it it entails Alva and why he believes Alva, or he knows why Alva went down the wrong path. But this is this I just want to talk about specifically the mistakes I believe he made. And again, I'm not here to talk disrespectful to him. I commend this dude. I respect this dude. Not a lot of guys can be with IG model and still feel confident in themselves. A lot of guys can't see, like I could only imagine when I broke up with my girl and she was messing around with other people. It killed me inside. I got overweight. I began drinking. I began smoking. I got myself in all kinds of things because my heart was broken and I was a super beta and I was a super simp and I didn't realize the mistakes that I had made. So I commend this dude. Like I commend this dude. Like I respect this guy a lot, you know, for what happened to him, what's happening to him. And I mean, I believe he's still in a good position, as you can see in the video. I'm going to kind of spot and pick up some pieces. I just wanted to state that. I don't want to talk disrespectfully to this guy and talk down on him or anything. I just want to break down parts of why he was too beta and why he was too simp.
And yeah, we're both actually in a really good place right now.
I don't think they're in a good place. I think he's in a way better place because he's not stuck to that and that messing up with his mental, which it doesn't seem to be, but he could be fronting for the camera. And her, I mean, I went on her OnlyFans today just to like just for this analysis, just to, and I don't know what happened, guys. I don't know what happened, but let's get into it.
We're both in a good place. We're civil. We're in constant communication. We don't see each other every day, but we see each other daily, or like every other day, or something like that. Regardless of what happened, I'm not gonna get into detail of why we're not together, but I will explain the majority of it. But to understand the present, we need to understand the past. So we're gonna have to take it back from the beginning.
All right, let's let us
Okay,
know,
so
bro.
this is like 2009, 2010. Me and Alva met while I was in high school. I was a sophomore. She was a sophomore. We started off as friends, which is cool. So and I've always been fond of her. We may not be in love with each other no more, but we do love each other. If that makes sense.
And I could feel that because I could see that and I could sense that in him. Like he still loves her, but he has love for her, but he's not in love with her. And I think that's why he's able to move on. This is probably from I think his own words. We'll check it out. Let him speak.
So, yeah, I met her back in 2010. Began dating like in 2009. My bad. Began dating like in 2000. Damn, sophomore year, 2009. Yeah, we began dating like in 2010. So me and Oliver come from a religious background. We grew up Christian, and I'm not gonna name the church, but they're in the news for shit they got going on. And since the age of 12 and 13, I've always disagreed with a lot of like religious viewpoints or like policies that churches have. I am not religious. I do not care if you're religious. I will not judge you. Simply put, I do not judge people for what they believe in. I simply don't like your religion if your religion attacks other people or causes harm, violence towards another group of people. But
And that I can respect. I can respect that. Makes total sense.
that's it. Like, I do not care what you believe in, nor should you care what I believe in, as long as nobody's in harm. So this church that we grew up in, I was born into it. So I didn't really have a choice. I was born into it. You get to make a choice at the age of 14, whether you want to stay or continue being in the church. That right there is something that I find really stupid. How the fuck are you going to have some kid at 14 decide if he wants to be a member of a church? That's all he fucking knows. He grew up in this church. His whole family's in this church. His friends are in this church. You can't even legally make a real decision until you're 18. That's one thing I disagree with. I disagree in forcing people into marriage at a very young age. Some may even say underage. But you know what? That's their own problem. So yeah, I'm all for people get dating. I'm all for people to get to know each other. You should not marry someone you have sex with for the first time. That's fucking absurd. It's ridiculous. You don't even get to know this person. You don't even know how it is to live with this person. You don't fucking have no idea about that. That's another thing. The only thing that I agree with religion is the issue. It's like the idea of morality, the idea of what's right and wrong. Because if you cause harm to someone, they feel pain or they get sad. So it exists. We feel guilt. I agree with emotions. Like, I agree with morality. When it comes to like telling people how to live their lives, telling people what they should do, I do not agree with any of that. So let's pause that. That's religion. That's my issue with religion. Me and Alva met when in 2009, 2010, began dating. She's in San Diego, I'm in LA. We met on MySpace. which is funny. That's a long story, but let's skip that part. At the age of 18, we decided to get married. I was actually enrolled into about 8 universities. And I accepted to go to UC Riverside. I was about to start, and I remember talking to the pastor.
I'm gonna stop this real quick. First thing I'm gonna tell you guys, especially if y'all are young, do not be trying to get married at 18 years old before you go out there and meet other girls. This is a mistake that I made. I didn't marry nobody, but I went out there looking for love and looking to get partnered up at a young age. I did not, because I was too beta and these girls did not want that, which I was blessed. So I wouldn't get someone who was 18, have some kids, know them for 10 years, and then have my first divorce. Um, at least, in my late 20s and starting in my early 30s, I can then get with someone and figure that out. But I feel like 18 is just too young to get with someone because you don't know what you know. And I think he's going to say that in the video.
Because the issue was you can't dorm and not be married if you have a girlfriend. You got to get married. You gotta do the whole thing, which I disagree with. So the issue was like, what do I do? Do I go to school and stop talking to Alba, or do we marry each other and then we make it work somehow, some way, figure it out? So I took the step. We got married. We got married really young. So yeah, we were in love, but we were kids. We were 17, just turned 18. So we don't really know what love is at that point. We just think we're in love, but we're really young. And then you got this institution telling you that you can't go to school if you have a girlfriend. You need to marry this girl and then figure it out. So we decided to get married. I moved out of my parents' house, and my parents are super churchy. We don't even talk to this day because they rather listen to the fucking ideas of a church than to listen to what's right and wrong or any issues. I don't care if they're religious. I really don't care. And that was my last issue with them. That I was very vocal with them. And I was like, look, I don't care what you believe in. It doesn't bother me. But you should try and always have a relationship with your family. And they disagreed, so we don't talk. Simple as that. So yeah, I got married at 18. I got married at 18. And we've been together for a decade, up until now that we split up. For the most part, we were members of church, and I expressed to her very early on that I had issues with the church. And I always told her, hey, if you don't want to go one day, it's okay. We don't have to go. We can go do something else. Simply, but I only went to church because Alva used to pray every night. Like she was super religious. She believed in church. 2017, after moving from San Diego to LA to Houston, blah blah blah. Fast forward all the way to 2017, me and Alva moved to Vegas, and we were on our own. And for the first time in a long time, we were able to make decisions solely on our own. We weren't forced to go to church on Sundays because we would get like talked bad, like if our parents went or something. I'm not attacking nobody, but like we were able to do whatever we wanted. So slowly, we stopped going so much to church, and I thought it was perfect. I don't have a problem with the church. I just didn't want to go anymore. I don't believe in it. Why am I going to waste my time? And yeah, she slowly stopped going. 2018 was a big year for both of us because we were able to do normal shit that people do, which is like go to music festivals, go to concerts, go to clubs. This is normal shit that you get shunned for doing, which is crazy.
And he's right. That's wild. How you gonna get shunned for just going to a music concert? You ain't never been to a music concert. I can see where things could have went left and how they went left so fast, because basically it's just like a girl that can't do anything in high school, can't do anything in middle school, and gets to college and she's buck wild all over the place. Um, this sounds like that kind of story. It's like she was with him, only was with him. All of her sexual experiences from 17 to almost 30, or almost 28, whatever, 26, however old they are at this point, was with him. So I can see how this can spin out of control and how this spun out of control so quickly. So here we go.
2019 was the year that was difficult. It was really difficult. It put our marriage in a strain.
And you can see it. You can see it in his face. He had a hard time. It was a lot of emotional stuff, and I can feel for the guy. But let's let him talk. Let's let him talk. My bad.
Because Alva joined or got into an industry which is pretty confrontational or like challenging. We were making it work. We were
Right here, gentlemen. You don't make anything like this work. If your girl, your girlfriend, your long-term relationship, your distant, I don't care who it is. If you were with a girl and she is not on your program and she wants to get involved in some kind of industry, I don't care what it is, or wants to do anything that you don't feel that you're comfortable with, do not go along with it. You get a divorce immediately. You leave immediately, because there will be girls that will get on your program. And this is the problem. This is where it started. He said she got involved in the industry that that he wasn't. I don't, whatever he just said, he wasn't about. So he continued to play the beta. I understand, because he was in love. I did the same thing. Not someone got involved in the industry, just whatever my fiance wanted me to do, I did it. And it put me in a bad spot, because women don't like guys who just go along with the flow with whatever they say. Their bends and kowtows to whatever they say, that looks weak to them. And when they see a guy who is an alpha male who is not acting that way, that turns them on. So if you say she got involved in an industry, which we know what he's talking about, when she sees these other guys that is more fit than you, bigger, digging sticks than you, what do you think she's gonna do? She's gonna go and try her options out. It's just, I feel like they were so attached to that church, and they were so into that church, that was their guiding light and their beacon, both of them, along with their family. Now I understand that their religion was so overwhelming that it didn't allow them to be who they wanted to be and who they needed to be. But at the same time, if he's not speaking to his parents, and I don't know if he said in the video that she was speaking to her parents, they don't have that support system to sit there and talk to them and tell them, hey, like, this is not necessarily the wrong idea. He doesn't have someone to tell him, what are you doing allowing your wife to do this? Even friends, I don't know, like, somebody should have told him, like, y'all can do this, like, you and her together. Anybody else, no. Because once you, like, it's like I don't know. Let's just listen to him. It's crazy though. It's effing crazy, man. It's crazy.
both doing fine. In all these years, me and Alva have done many businesses, and now we were entering this new phase or this new like point in our lives together. And it was confusing. It was challenging. It was crazy. 2019 was the craziest year of my life so far. Even crazier than this split. Like, it was fucking crazy. We traveled international, went to festivals, we went to like raves, we went to, like, it was crazy. Like, she got into the adult industry, right? Long story short. And from that point on, I'm like blind and I'm so blurry, but I probably am not blurry, but I'm not wearing my glasses. She got into the adult industry. From that point on, everything went crazy. She made a lot of money. I became like an unofficial bookkeeper for her, so we were always a partnership.
This is my question. Now I don't know this for a fact. Like I said, I'm analyzing this entire situation and waiting, getting my popcorn and just waiting for the train wreck. Because this, not from him. I think he'll be alright, but from her. Like my question is, if she got in the adult industry, how did she get in the adult industry without your consent? This is I commend the dude. I respect the dude. I understand his pain. We've all been here. But this is your fault, player. This is your fault because you allowed your wife to go do something that you didn't even seem comfortable with because you just sat there and you just said, um, yeah, I tried to make it work and I was her official bookkeeper and we had businesses together. We had a business together. So if y'all got businesses together, then continue the business and get out of the business of the adult industry if that's what you're talking about. If you're trying to lead your wife and be with your wife, that's how I feel. That's where he went wrong. He let her lead the relationship. And as you can see, her leading herself where she's ending up. Just look at her. But anyway, let's keep it going.
And I became like a bookkeeper, or whatever. 2019, June 2019, the pastor of that church that we used to go to was arrested. 26 felonies, I believe. Money laundering, sex trafficking, all these charges against him, which is still pending till this day. He's still in jail and going to court till this day. I'm not naming the church, simply put. I don't even want to deal with that shit. I don't care about them and I don't give a fuck about them. That's why I'm not naming them, because I don't care. He's still going through the legal process of all that. And that moment was big for Alva. It wasn't big for me because I never really believed in it, so it didn't, I wasn't surprised about what happened. But it was big for Alva because it changed the way she viewed life.
Now, what he just said is the snapping point. She left that church. That pastor was not who she thought he was. I guess this is why when people talk about religion, and I'm not here to talk about religion, we're on OnlyFans stuff here. When people talk about religion, it's like they put a lot of faith in the person that is giving them the message versus God. When you look at someone else like they are God, or I'm not saying she did, I'm just saying like he said, he didn't believe in whatever it was. That's fine or dandy, even if he did believe it. I don't think it would have affected him like that because he didn't look at the pastor the way his wife did. And that's another problem. Why, if another man that I don't know how close they were. Who knows? Maybe they gave him counseling. I don't know. Maybe they did classes. Sounds like a Catholic thing. I don't know the church. I don't know the religion. Who knows? That's neither here nor there. My thing is if you saw your wife going that way, you should have got her attached to another church. You should have got her some help. You should have started talking to your parents. I don't know if y'all were living with y'all parents, or not living, I'm sorry, going to the same church as y'all parents. Something should have snapped at that point for you, brother, for him. Something should have snapped. But let's go on.
Because for many years, she kind of was thankful for us being together because she believed that the religion, God, and all, brought us together. And that's respect. That's understandable. That's what you believe. I always believed it was. We met, we liked each other, fell in love, grew up together, blah blah. She looked at it more in a religious view, but her world crashed in June 2019 because everything she believed in prior to everything. That's when she got into the industry in October. So remember that. No, October 2018. So yeah, it had been a few months that she got into the industry, and then all this happened in June. Her view of life changed, and basically, I feel like she's in the right to feel the way she feels because For a long time, you were told to get married because this is someone you're dating. And you had sex with them. This is going to be someone you need to make it work with. And I disagree with that. You shouldn't marry the first person you have sex with. You should be able to go and explore and learn more about yourself. People should not even be trying to settle down. Me personally, till they're like in their 30s. Like live your life from your.
I agree with exactly what he's saying. This is why he understands it. He understands what is going on. He gets it.
When you're 18 till you're like 28, those 10 years are about finding yourself and like building a passion and like just explore the fucking world. There's so much to fucking see, so much to fucking do. Use that decade from 18 to 28 to fucking learn about you or learn about the world. Do whatever the fuck you want. And then when you want to settle down, I think 30 is a great age to settle down. Like by that time, you should probably have your shit together. Hopefully. And yeah, so everything went crazy in 2019. Like it was so crazy. And we hit a rock in like the summer, August, September. Because she brought up a conversation about like splitting up or taking a break.
Now this is where these red pill channels could have helped him. And y'all sit here and y'all remember this. And I'm giving y'all something that will save y'all in a relationship. When a girl starts talking about breaking up or whatever, don't sit around trying to make it work like I did. Don't do what he did, which I believe he did, and try to keep it going and making it work. You leave. Because he didn't see he was in a burning house. He was asleep in a burning house, and he woke up when she said she talking about splitting up, which she probably cheated at that point and was already ready to monkey branch. There's somebody in her videos on her OnlyFans that looks like he's leading the party, if you know what I mean. Like look like he on some slim. I ain't gonna say it here. I don't know about YouTube and all this stuff, but it looked like he into some PIMPing. That's what it looked like. The dude she done found, and look like this guy has no morals, is taking her for a ride. And he got out. He got out of the burning house. He got out before getting, I'm guessing, super burnt, but he left with some scars. So listen.
And I was at first super against it. Like, what? Like, we've been together so long, normal shit. Like, we've done everything together, blah, blah, blah. I was so against it. And then, I pride myself in being a different, like, a person who thinks differently. You get me? Some people are upset, like, in the moment, and they'll be mad, and they'll say shit that they don't mean. But, when you take a step back and you try to put yourself in other people's shoes, that's something I'm good at. So after, like, being heated, after having arguments, or after being, like, disappointed, I took a step back, and I put myself in her shoes. Because, this religion gives a lot of, like, leeway to men. Like, as a parent in the church, you don't want your daughter to sneak out or go out by herself. You don't trust her, or you're told not to do that. But the men can go out with their friends, and they get more leeway, and it's unfair. There's a lot of gender, like, bias or...
Now, this may sound wrong. This might sound misogynistic. This might sound chauvinist. It is not. The thing about a man is a man can't go out and at any moment, I'm not saying guys don't pull women. I'm not saying I've never pulled women. All I'm saying is I can guarantee you a lot of the guys over here at this channel, as it is, you're not necessarily going out and, hey, I'm here, and getting 10 offers or lines down the street for girls to holler at you. You might get one or two girls to give you some choosing signals. The rest you have to actually go up and approach, which I'll be making a YouTube channel on that, or YouTube video on that. You have to go up and approach, And when you go up and approach, you have to put in some work and you have to have some kind of game. And even if you do have some game, you might just leave with the number. You may not leave with the girl that night. You got to be real good to be able to leave with the girl that night. And you ask me, the entire time I've been living, how many times I just was talked to a girl and went home with her that night? I'm not talking about first night stands where you talk to the girl and you get a one night stand. No, I'm talking about pick a girl up from the club and you take her home. How often does that happen for 80% of men? Doesn't. But for your wife or for your daughter, especially if she's young and like Alva and looks like the church is sheltering her and doing all these different things to her to not allow her to grow, this kind of situation is going to lead her down a very dark path. So I'm not saying I'm with the religious thing. I'm not saying girls can't go out with their friends. I'm just saying check out Donovan Sharp's Girls Nights Out, Girls Trips, and you will see what happens. So here we go.
A lot of like hypocrisy in this religion. So I put myself in her shoes to understand her viewpoint. And I was like, cool, if you want to take a break, we could split up, we could take a break. But I can't promise you I'll be there in the end to still like continue this whatever we got going on.
And he was right. He didn't need to be. It's like if you leave, we done. There is no going back. Like, I will not talk to you. We will not be talking. I mean, like cordially, like to split up the business or whatever, and chunk you to deuces. And I will always have love for you, but this relationship with me and you is over. I'm gonna move on. You go do whatever you want to do. That's what you say. That's what he should have said. I think that's what he said.
You might meet somebody, I might meet somebody, and we might move on. So that was that. In September, we rekindled. She said no, like she didn't want to do any of that. She wanted to make it work. September.
I don't think she wanted to make it work. I think she went out there, got used up a couple of times, figured this is probably thought she was gonna find some guy to monkey branch with. The guy saw her for who she was, saw it for what it was, and just used her, tossed her to the side. Now she wants to go back to daddy, or now she wants to go back to the beta. That's what she did. Because you don't make no rash emotional decision like that and then try to come back. And he shouldn't allow her to come back. But let's just see what happens.
October, November, December, January, February, March. She tried to restrain herself from like doing anything that was considered bad in a marriage. Like I don't want to get into detail what she did, but she wronged me. I guess I'm the victim and she's the bad guy.
You see that? He's the victim and she's the bad guy. But she wanted to come back. Because she wanted to have you there, go do these things on the side. Something happened where it wasn't right. Then you had to let her go. Now she's out there, but come on.
To put everything in the quickest, shortest terms, I was someone who was ready to like. We reached our goal. Our goal for these two kids we got like together at 18. Our goal was to own something, own a home by the age of 30, start a family. We did that twice. We bought 2 homes before we even turned to 27. So I was looking ahead, selfishly, at like the age of 30, and me and Alva would start a family. But she was looking at it from a different perspective, that she never got to live her life at her own will. She was forced to do things because of a religious view. And I put myself in her shoes to understand everything that was going on. So last year prepared me for our split this year.
No. She may have wanted to live her life, but what she didn't understand and what she doesn't understand now is she's hitting the wall. There will never be another you for her. You were it for her. Her good years in her prime and her peak SMV, sexual market value, has already passed. So she can go live her life now, which there's nothing wrong with that. But it's uprooting from something that was stable to go and explore something else and where she's at now. It's crazy. It's crazy, and I feel sad for him and for her. And mind you, like I'm not big on these OnlyFans girls and stuff, but I was a fan of her because I liked the cosplay and I respected her because of the whole YouTube thing she had going, losing weight. She had 355K subscribers on YouTube. That's not one easy feat by any stretch of the imagination. I know she is a girl and she had a lot of followers on IG. Um, she had her OnlyFans, I guess, going, and I don't think it was just with him and her, from what I could tell. Unless he was allowing other things. Unless he was doing things too. I don't really believe that that is the case because he's like, what's good in a marriage? Maybe she allowed him to do his thing or allow her to. I don't know, but somewhere in there, bro, you allowed her to set the frame. You allowed her to control the relationship and tell you whatever she wanted to tell you, and she had no guidance. Chris Brown and Drake, no guidance. No guidance. She doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't even, I don't believe she even knows what she's doing to this day because the IG is shut down. I looked everywhere for it. I'll do an update sometime down the month, whatever. Maybe they'll give it back. I don't know, but I'm guessing she was putting content on there she had no business putting on there. IG got sick of it and shut her down. Because the last account I seen she had something like 36,000, and she wasn't even verified or anything like that. And that's not the IG that I remember doing my first review on. Um, and let's just keep it going. Let's just keep it going.
Which, when I found out what happened and when we talked and we figured all that out, I moved out. I moved out. I left the house, our other house, and I moved to this house, our second home. And it became more about, yeah, it was the first week was rough. It was a rough week, but I pride myself in being mentally and physically, like, I consider myself someone to be super in tune with his emotions. I'm not an emotional person because I have my emotions in this type of like control. Like, yes, you can get sad, yeah, but for the most part, I try to be level-headed or logical when it comes to issues. Whenever something happens, I stop myself from feeling an emotion to it.
Now, this all of us men can get a tip from. This is exactly what you need to do when you feel yourself getting emotional. I for sometimes I can step back, but when a female begins to get up under my skin, I can explode at times. And that is some beta behavior. And you've got to kind of try to control your emotions. And I commend him for that. He's able to control his emotions and not get all super, super flamed up.
And I think logically. And, if an emotion is necessary, then an emotion is necessary. But for the most part, I think logically. So, it's been a month since we separated. It's been a month since we separated. And it's been a very, learning experience. We're both in good terms, and I'm proud of that. I do not hate Alva. Like I said, we may not be in love with each other no more, due to everything that's happened since August up until now. We may not be in love no more, but we still love each other. We still care about each other. We still want what's best for each other. Relationship to the side, businesses to the left. We work together. I do financial bookkeeping for her, blah, blah, blah. She does her thing. Relationship. This is someone who I cared about for 10 years, who I wanted to do so much with. And we did so much in 10 years, and I'm proud of everything we've done. And I feel like we accomplished a lot for these two kids who got together so young with nothing to their name. We've done so much, and it's so much like it. It brings me a lot of joy and pride to say we did all these things. I don't have any hate for her. I don't wish anything bad for her. In fact, I always tell her when we see each other, it's like, I want you to be happy.
I feel like right there, he's really really sad. I'm not gonna continue from here on. I'm gonna just go ahead and pull up her side of things and kind of where she's at, give you an update on that. Um, I don't feel this is 5 months ago. So as of the day that I'm recording this, it's pretty much been 6 months. April, May, June, July, August, September, October. October 27th. Today is April 27th when he dropped this video. It's exactly 6 months. I don't know what state he's in now. I'm sure he's in a lot better. I haven't seen him come out with anything from Beans and Rice TV, which is a cool name. A cool name. I don't think he came out with any other podcasts since then, which I'd like to hear more from him. I like his outlook on some things. He was very positive. He didn't let this thing break him down. But maybe he did because he hasn't put out any other videos um, since the split per se. And you can see here it says, well, I don't think y'all can see. No, y'all can't really see, but the video that he had came up with or he made had 7,100 views, and all the rest of the podcast didn't have as many.
Hi guys.
But I'm gonna go ahead and continue talking. Then I'm gonna go ahead and turn her on. I don't want this video to be 2 hours or anything. I just wanted to analyze it for you. Um, the thing is I think he's in a good space. I think he's okay. I think that's the best thing for him. I think he's extremely, extremely sad. And sometimes life can just suck like that, especially when you love somebody. Because I can tell he loves her. But when he's talking about he's doing bookkeeping for her and stuff like that, you're just tearing your heart. The way I feel, man, there's no way you're gonna be married. I mean, you could. I was engaged from 2016, from what, like November 2015, all the way to March 2017. Just getting things right, getting her right, getting her into school, all these other things, and I had only been with this girl for 4 years, going on 5. Well, no, it was 4. 2015 we met, 15, 16, 17. Not even that, almost 3 years. And I mean, I had a horrible, horrible, horrible time. So you're not gonna tell me that you were with someone for 10 years and you know you're in a good place. Like, it's gonna take some healing. And the thing is every time you go online or every time you think of anything with OnlyFans or anything like that, like, I don't know, but like I mean, I was spying on my girl's FB or Facebook. I'm not ashamed to say it. So you don't think he's stalking to see who she's messing with on there, or at this point knows she has started taking funds from all kinds of guys to do all kinds of things? You don't think? I think he does. I think he knows. But I know he wishes the best for her, and I'm sure she does for him. But let's look at this,
So welcome back to my channel. I know it's been
and I want y'all to see this. OOMF Podcast 39 Girls Trip. He just got done saying that the religion doesn't let the girls go out. Why do you think that is? Now let's pull some things that I seen from this video.
Hi guys. So welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a hot minute, But a lot has been going on in my life. A lot has been going on in the world. And I don't want to hold you guys up forever, but long story short, I've had a podcast with my friend Nelson for about over a year.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided to try and film for YouTube too, and for the people that have already heard our podcast.
Yes.
But of course, it's probably going to be a new audience too, since I'm on YouTube here, and there's probably people that have never like listened to the podcast. But Oomph Podcast stands for one of my followers, which was like an inside joke. And the podcast is based on like a lot of different stuff, but mainly lighthearted.
Like banter, like social media commentary,
Sex work stuff.
what's going on in our lives.
Yeah, we talk about psychedelics, we talk about sex work.
Okay, we do?
Yeah, we talk about festivals, we talk about...
Now look at her reaction and look at what she's saying. Sex work. Just look at her. Look at her. And then look at the face that she's making when she's saying these things. It's almost like she's like, yeah, like sex work, like, yeah, like this. Like, she doesn't want to come all out and tell everybody exactly what's going on. Let's check out the rest. I'm not going to go through the whole video, but we're going to check out a little bit.
About like things I would like to do for fun. Sometimes we talk about sex and just like what's going on in my sex life, what's going on in Nelson's sex life. What else?
This is our third time trying to film.
Yeah, it is. It's been a little bit difficult, but I hate the curtains, but fuck it.
Grandma curtain?
This is my dog Paris, our dog,
Aww.
Miss Paris. What else did we talk about? A bunch of random pop culture, conspiracies.
Yeah, we
don't really believe in.
We had a conspiracy theory episode.
Sometimes we do talk about serious shit.
Yes.
Sometimes.
Okay.
So just like funny shit on the internet and stuff, and it's like a fun. I feel like the people that mainly listen to our podcast are like girls and gays. Would you agree?
No, actually, you have a couple of your guys.
Like straight men?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Straight men.
Yeah, because like they'll comment on the Instagram post and they don't look like my kind.
Oh, okay.
They look when they buy your stuff.
Oh, okay.
And they're very interested. Like
maybe
like,
yeah.
There's a lot of people waiting on the video. The video drop.
Interesting.
The video drop.
Yeah, that's interesting.
But I think it's mostly girls and gays.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
Mostly.
Like my friends listen to it and stuff, and I know Nelson has his friends that listen to it too. So
Some of my coworkers. Yes,
she looks like a little mole rat.
Oh, Rufus.
Rufus. I'm gonna call her Rufus.
Kim Possible.
So this is our third time trying to film this. What was the last? The last one was about sex, huh?
We were talking about your origin story. Your real origin story.
Really? What are we talking about?
Your OnlyFans drop.
Oh, true. And
Well,
how
I
I made a lot of money on there.
You had said that. Well, you hadn't really like talked about it on here, so that was supposed to be like the big expose, but that came and went.
Okay, talk about OnlyFans.
Came and went.
So we're just gonna talk for like an hour about a lot of random shit. I just got back from Cancun.
I've been on vacation here at home.
We were gonna go see the stars for his birthday. Leo season turned up. But it's really cloudy because of wildfires.
Yeah, California is like in a state of emergency. I'm so sorry if you're from California if you're dealing with that. The sky is really hazy and the air quality is really bad and you can't see the sky too well. So I don't see the point in like trying to go
And see stars.
Yeah, it'd be kind of hard.
We'll probably hold on it, but you know what would be cool too if we go to like Arizona, somewhere really like scenic, and we like trip.
The Grand Canyon?
Mind blown.
If we fall to the Grand Canyon?
That'd be fun.
The Grand Canyon sounds like fun.
We should do that. We should plan that. I just got back from Cancun and I did acid there with my friend Claudia and my sister Liz.
That sounds like fun.
It was interesting because we were like at a really like family resort. Okay, like for the record, because I know you guys are like, whoa, she does drugs because it's YouTube. But I like
demonetized.
Whoa.
Demonetized.
I like psychedelics.
There goes my dinner money. The ad money.
the $12. I like psychedelics like recreationally. I wouldn't say that I really do we have to start the camera a lot?
I'm not.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm not good at that.
Yeah, I'm like the viewfinder usually helps me, but I'm just gonna like pretend like we're like filming the podcast regularly. Regular schedule.
Sorry if you wanted intimacy.
Like, eye contact. The eye contact. I'm actually not bad at eye contact. There's people that say they're really bad at it. I think I'm pretty good at it.
Like, in the world?
Yeah, like making eye contact with people when having like a serious conversation.
Oh, I don't like looking at people.
No.
No, don't look at me. I don't look.
That's why you always have shades on.
I don't like being perceived.
my god, they're like catching a fade. Oh my god.
I don't like being perceived. But yeah, you were in Mexico. I was here at home. My birthday was on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So I was in bed. I was chilling.
Yeah, everyone really in this house does like psychedelics. I try and do them recreationally and to try and learn things about myself. I feel like I never use them when I'm sad or when I'm going through something. I say I don't trip, or I don't even roll when I'm, because I know that pattern. Because when I had recently gotten out of my divorce with Ruben, I was drinking a lot and I was blacking out, and I hate.
All right, I'm not gonna go any further than that, guys. You can basically see where her life is at. This was August 30th of 2020. I mean, this is where she's at, and it's sad, man. It's sad. Like, I I mean, I don't know what else to say. I really don't know what else to say. I just wanted to analyze that for y'all. I feel sorry for her husband Ruben. I feel sorry for her. I wish they would have worked out. It's just I wanted to just give you guys a more in-depth look at the other side of OnlyFans, because when you guys are buying these products and you're buying these things, I'm not no holier than thou, this and that person. The thing is there's human beings behind this screen, and there's human beings behind these OnlyFans, and they have feelings, they have lives, and they're putting themselves out there to the public. I understand, and I mean, they're just our entertainment. They're here to entertain us. But I just wanted to go ahead and show y'all that. If y'all want me to do more analysis, get back at me. Some of the analysis that some parts in the analysis I was breaking up. This is like one of my first ones, so just bear with me. I'll try to edit some of that stuff out of there. If not, just bypass it. If not, I'll be better at it. But I'll get with you guys later.